All right, Tony Mormino with HVAC On Air here with Phil. Phil, how you doing today?
Doing great, thank you. So my name is Phil Oglesby and I am the national trainer for our distribution partners, Samsung Cooling and Heating.
So we're here at the VRF Training Center, one of your training centers.
Correct.
For the commercial, this is the commercial VRF Training Center area, and we have a residential version over there. And I'm excited because this is our first on-location video for this new brand we have. Go check out the YouTube channel. One of the things I want to talk to you about is commercial VRF installation practices, training. You know, these products have many benefits to them, but you got to make sure they're installed right, as you do with any system. But we want to make sure folks who are installing this VRF product know what they're doing. And just because you're trained on product A, that doesn't make you an expert on all the VRF products. Was that a fair statement?
Sure. VRF is can be a little bit more challenging from an installation perspective, but we have some great training here that you can participate in and learn kind of those things that need to be avoided to make sure the system lives a long, happy life. So yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. So what is someone who wants to install VRF systems, what can they expect in coming to a training center? Who's this for? How long is it? And what happens when they get here?
Okay, so our DVM installation training is usually 2 days here.
And DVM is your VRF product?
That is the family of VRF products, the DVM.
Got it.
So we do installation and service training. Both are 2-day events, and you learn just from the very practical kind of application things on how to design a system from the practical installation considerations like proper brazing techniques, how to set up and configure the system for different applications. I think that's really one of the biggest things. There's a lot of different settings that you can make on the outdoor unit and all of the individual indoor units that are connected that can really optimize or customize the way the system works for that job.
Got it. Okay, so how long is a typical, and this is primarily for contractors,
primarily for contractors, installers. Some of our distribution partners send their technical advisors just so they are kind of up to date on the best installation practices and what needs to be done to make sure these systems are installed properly. So when they get there on a job to investigate an issue or help commission a system for a contractor, they're already prepared and educated on how to do that.
And it's not somewhere, or would engineers come in here for design practices, or is that a different training area?
So a little bit different training area, but we do offer training for engineers specifically, especially we were going through this A2L transition. We have training.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
It has been fun. It's been a lot of work for everybody, but we have some specific training that helps engineers and folks who design buildings stay compliant with these new codes and standards that impact the use of A2L refrigerants. And then we also do a lot of just custom training, like a customer will come to us and say, hey, we want training on X, Y, and Z. We want it to be this long. And so we go to our training partners for training, and then we also obviously bring a lot of them in here for training in this facility.
Both are great, but being here, you can't beat that in terms of actual hands-on experience, and these units actually run, right?
Especially, in the trades, typically we're kinetic learners, right? We have to see something and then do something for it to really sink in. So that's the great thing about coming to this facility is you can sit in the classroom and learn how to do something, and then we can take you immediately over to this functional equipment and have you practically apply the things that you learn.
I like that. And how long is a typical course? Are there multiple courses or just one course, or how does it work?
So we have training on all of our products. We publish a training calendar on our Samsung Business Academy website. And so you can just have an account for that and go in and register for classes and come enjoy that. Our installation and service classes, whether we're talking residential or commercial, they're typically going to be about 2 full days because it takes a long time to get through the content and, like we said, kind of practically apply that. Go through some installation settings. We can bug this system. I like the installation class because I typically will bug various parts of the system with common installation errors, and then the installers have to try to start up a system, and then there's a problem. So we got to go figure out and investigate what that problem is.
Now, are you giving them a legitimate chance at troubleshooting it, or are you one of these troublemakers who you're just going to make something so hard they can't figure it out?
I want people to learn. Most of those exercises, it's not really troubleshooting that specific error. It's largely just more of a familiarization exercise.
Learning where to plug into, how to diagnose the error code, where to find the error codes even.
Right, where to find the error codes, look up for error code help, and then we have our SNet Diagnostic software. So we plug into the systems and you can see all the operational data on there. There's pages and pages of data. So familiarizing yourself with that software and knowing where to look for the most common issues and then where to really dial in and figure out where that error is happening. Super important for anybody that's working on this stuff.
Right, and the piping, we talked a little bit about that, how important that is in a VRF system, because there's a lot of refrigerant pipe.
Correct.
What do you do here to talk about best practices in terms of piping?
So when I think of piping, I really silo it into two different categories, right? We've got the design side. So the system has to be designed right, because you can braze and do all this stuff perfectly, but if it's not designed right, it's still not going to work right. So another key piece of software that we use is DVM Pro. That's our selection and design software. And so you can lay out your system and components and accessories and wiring and piping. And if you do anything outside of our parameters, it will flag that and tell you to fix it. So
in
that's
terms
kind
of distances, elevations,
Exactly.
how many units per.
And then whether or not those systems are compatible.
Right.
So that's kind of it takes the guesswork out of the design side. So the other side, more the installation side, we talk about obviously brazing with nitrogen, because there could be dozens or maybe even hundreds of braze joints in a VRF piping network. So getting that right is huge. And then there's a lot of just smaller things like where to make your bends, how to pipe around objects to make sure you're not creating oil traps and things like that.
And what type of equipment are they going to work on when they come to the commercial side of the training?
Our DVM S2 and S2 Plus VRF systems, and we also have chiller training.
Chiller training, air-cooled, outdoor units, chassis you call them, is that correct?
Air-cooled heat pump chillers that are used in comfort and critical process applications. So the main thing with those is just understanding installation and commissioning. That's where most untrained contractors will struggle when they go to start that system up, because there's a lot of control logic and things like that need to be dialed in for those systems. And then we do talk about water side design and making sure you have all of the appropriate controls and valves and stuff like that in the water side.
Great. And tell the viewers again where they find out where the class is. It was the Samsung Academy, was it?
Samsung Business Academy.
Samsung Business Academy. And if you go to the description of this video, you can find a link there too. I'll put it in there. So Phil, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right.